My beloved child, if your heart is heavy with regret and every worry gnaws at your soul, listen closely. This moment is ordained by me. I have watched over you from the very beginning, and now I call you to remain until the end. For every second you hesitate, the chains that bind you weaken. Surrender your fears, your doubts, and your hidden sorrows to me, and feel the transformative power of my unwavering love. I fashion the stars and hold your destiny in my hands. Do not let this sacred invitation slip away. Trust in my promise now. Your breakthrough is nearer than you think, and I am here to lift you up and lead you into a future radiant with hope. Hand them all to me. You were never meant to bear them alone. Let them drop from your shoulders into the arms of the one who fashioned the stars, yet cares intimately about the wishes of your heart. In turn, I grant you my peace, a gift that surpasses the noise of your troubles and finds its way to the core of your being. Know this, your life holds immense significance. Every talent you possess, every compassionate word you offer, every prayer that arises from your lips, none of them go unnoticed. I cherish the unique ways you mirror my image. When you create, when you offer solace, when you nurture others, you channel the love that flows from my spirit into yours. Even if you fall short or lose your way, my hand remains extended, ready to lift you. There is nothing you could ever do that would make me abandon you. Yes, my dear child, let this moment mark a fresh start. Place your heart in my hands and invite my love to occupy every space within you. When you are uncertain or fearful, recall the one who calls you by name and claims you as his own. Should doubts arise, let my words of reassurance hush them. You are mine, and I will never let you go. Let your soul rest in the refuge of my endless love. My dear child, have you paused to reflect on the breadth of my understanding? In those still and solitary moments when your thoughts drift like autumn leaves, know that I am there, fully aware of every flicker of emotion. Nothing escapes my gaze. No tear slips down your cheek without my tender eyes upon it. No sigh leaves your mouth without my caring ears to hear it. I am the one who shaped your inmost being, who wove you together with deliberate care. I know you infinitely better than you could ever know yourself. Think of how a master artist understands every hue, every brushstroke, every contour of the masterpiece they create. So too do I comprehend your intricacies, your secret wonders, your gifts, and your frailties. Even the small details you find puzzling about yourself. Anxieties, fears, quirks, and questions are seen through the unwavering lens of my love. No aspect of your makeup remains beyond my design. If you ever feel invisible or misread by the world, remember that before me, you are fully known and completely accepted. I do not stand at a distance, unfeeling or detached. Instead, I lean in, nearer than you can fathom, caring about your every breath and every thought. When life's burdens weigh on your shoulders, I do not merely observe them, I bear them with you. My empathy is not static, it is a living stream of compassion flowing from my heart to yours. Like a loving father who stoops down to comfort his weeping child, I lower myself to assure you that you are never alone in your suffering. Recall the instances you felt entirely isolated, those days when you believed no one else could possibly understand your ache. Yet even then my presence was there, softly speaking hope into the silent halls of your heart. My empathy is not dependent on your acknowledgement or your faith. Whether or not you recognize me, I remain steadfast in my devotion to you, waiting for you to nestle into my arms so I can share your burden. I also notice your victories, even those you might overlook. I see every time you choose kindness over harshness, every decision to forgive when grudges would be simpler to hold, every fearful thought you surrender in prayer. Your courage, gentleness, and willingness to endure, these please my heart. Never write them off as trivial. In my view, each measured step forward is a stunning reflection of the goodness I planted within you. Yes, my beloved, I am aware of your doubts and unanswered questions too, those areas where sunlight has yet to break through. Perhaps you question my timing or wrestle with why certain doors remain shut. Bring your uncertainties to me. I long to shoulder them with you. My empathy encompasses your doubts as well as your wounds. Your questions do not threaten me. My aim is to guide you through them, unveiling my truth in its proper time. Nothing you encounter, no matter how overwhelming, takes me by surprise. I see your past hurts, still casting shadows over your present. I see your current hardships, draining your strength. I even see the hurdles awaiting you down the road before you ever become aware. And in the midst of it all, I stand by, equipped with solutions beyond what you can envision, with solace that surpasses your deepest heartbreak, and with a steady hand that will not falter if you stumble. I also invite you, my child, to look upon yourself with my eyes. Let the clarity of my empathy wash away the distorted reflections cast by shame or regret. Allow my unwavering acceptance to redefine how you see yourself. Though the world may point fingers at your shortcomings or measure your success by the most fleeting of standards, I identify you by my unchanging love. I see your promise, your destiny, and your ability to triumph. In my presence, there is no condemnation, only an earnest desire to watch you flourish in the fullness of who I created you to be. So do not shrink back from my gaze. There is nothing concealed that might extinguish my affection for you. Let this truth anchor your soul. You are known, thoroughly, intimately, and you are treasured beyond words. Lift your eyes to meet mine and discover the compassion you have long sought. Within this sacred closeness, let your worries find rest and your heart be soothed. Understanding how I see you will undo your fears, replacing them with the radiance of my steadfast compassion. My dear one, I see the heaviness that occasionally settles in your heart, the quiet fretting, the restless nights, the lingering questions that fill your mind when nobody else is around. Today, let me remind you, my presence is no distant comfort, but a solid, unshakable refuge. When uncertainty arises, listen for my soft whisper. I am here. You are never alone. Even the strongest can grow tired, and at times you might feel you are nearing the end of your own strength. But never lose hope. I stand prepared to lift you, cradle you in my arms, and replenish your spirit. When the demands of life deplete you, rest in my strength. When worry overtakes your mind, retreat into the haven of my peace. Though life may erupt in storms, I remain your constant, a steadfast foundation upon which you can place your feet. No burden is too weighty for me to carry alongside you. When your heart throbs from disappointment or feels as though cherished dreams slip beyond your grasp, remember, I have not overlooked you, my dear child. I specialize in summoning beauty from brokenness. Recall the stories you have read, the accounts you have heard of those brought to the edge of despair, only to be met by my grace in the final moment. Those instances were no mere coincidences, but illustrations of my endless faithfulness. Let me breathe encouragement into your soul. Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be disheartened, for I am your God. These are more than comforting words. They embody the truth of my pledge to guard and support you. Bring your troubles into the light of my presence and watch them diminish. As you name your fears before me, they lose their grip. As you trust in my goodness, you recover the peace anxiety attempts to steal. I see how part of you hesitates, wondering if these assurances genuinely include you. Perhaps you have observed others experiencing breakthroughs while your heart still longs for relief. Rest certain, my provision does not run out for the many, and my comfort is not limited to a select few. You are the apple of my eye. Whatever weighs upon you matters profoundly to me. No heartbreak, no hardship, no hidden sorrow lies beyond the scope of my caring hands. Allow yourself a moment to reflect on the myriad times I have sustained you. Think about the job you were sure you would lose, the relationship you feared would break beyond repair, the health reports that unsettled your peace. Did I not stand with you? Even if the outcomes did not resemble your initial hopes, my faithfulness never faltered. In every adversity, I open a pathway forward. In every grief, I provide solace that defies human explanation. Yet how do I triumph over the deep-rooted anxieties and heartaches that haunt my daily life? You may wonder. Dearest child, the first step is to lean on my promises. Nurture your spirit with my word, letting each verse fortify the walls of your faith. Then speak truth over yourself. I am not abandoned. My God holds me in fierce love. I will rise because His power sustains me. Whether you speak these truths out loud or in the stillness of your spirit, your mind adjusts to the reality of heaven. Victory rarely happens in an instant. It unfolds as a journey, yet even the longest path is traversed by taking one step at a time, and I accompany you on each of those steps. Every prayer you offer, every tear you present, every choice to trust in adversity, we weave them into a tapestry of triumph. Do not despise slow progress. Recognize that perseverance forms in hard times, that your character is refined through the fire. Through it all, I remain faithful, whispering hope into your soul. When your path grows steep, let me be the shepherd guiding you to calm waters. Rest in my presence, not as an escape from reality, but as the power that equips you to face it. My comfort is not to numb you, but to embolden you. Lean on me, and you will find the resilience to continue, the capacity to rebound, and the conviction that every circumstance can be worked toward good beneath my sovereign care. My beloved one, having experienced my comfort, I invite you to look inward. Let a quiet stillness settle over your heart so you might see its deepest layers. In those hidden spaces, you may encounter old wounds and suppressed regrets, things you have carried for too long. Now is the moment to bring them into the light of my love, that healing might begin. Surrender is not an acknowledgement of defeat or a descent into misery. It is entrusting your broken fragments to the one who mends them best. I do not demand perfection to welcome you. Instead, I call you, scars and all, into my open arms. Confront the injuries you have endured, the episodes where life felt unfair, and the remorse you bury beneath your routine. Though such honesty can hurt, it creates an opening for a powerful encounter with my mercy. Come before me with your mistakes, your struggles, and your regrets. Lay them down at my feet. My grace is a never-ending river that washes clean the stains of guilt. When shame grasps your heart, recall that I already know the full story of your life. Still, I do not recoil. Rather, I lean closer, eager to free you from the burden of self-condemnation. Let go of any sense of unworthiness, trusting my promise. Though your sins may be crimson, they will be white as snow. Perhaps you believe some parts of your past remain beyond repair. Rest assured, there is no chapter in your life I cannot transform into something good. When you yield your wounds to me, whether inflicted by others or by your own choices, I gently transform them into evidence of redemption. What once brought you shame can become a witness of hope for someone else. Rely on me in this process, for I see well beyond your current pain to the radiant purpose I have woven into your life. Also pause to remember the blessings you have received, for gratitude nurtures a heart that surrenders. Recall the answered prayers, the uplifting friendships, and the wonder you have felt in unexpected moments. Let these memories confirm my faithfulness. If I have stood by you in the past, will I not remain by your side now? Allow a spirit of praise and thankfulness to rise, chasing away the dark corners of doubt. Some hurts may be too deep to voice, even in prayer. My child, that is exactly when my spirit intercedes with sighs deeper than words can carry. You are never alone in your pain. When your tears become your only prayer, know that I read them as clearly as psalms. You do not need eloquent speeches to stir my heart. Your raw vulnerability has already done so. Lower your defenses and let me tend to your secret wounds. As you surrender, remember to forgive. Bitterness and resentment can fester, poisoning your spirit. Forgiveness is the key that unshackles you from past wrongs. It neither denies the wrong nor trivializes the injustice. It is an act of profound trust in my mercy and my justice. In freeing others from the debt they owe you, you likewise free yourself from relentless anger. Hand each offense to me, and observe how a new dawn of liberty breaks over you. Consider as well the fears residing in your heart. Fears about the future, of failing, of not being lovable. These anxieties can overshadow the brightest hopes. Let me remind you, I hold your future in my hands, and my intentions toward you are ever gentle. Surrender these fears to me. Do not allow worry to govern your decisions or suppress your dreams. I go ahead of you, preparing your way, and follow behind, shielding your steps. Each time you let fear go, you make space for faith to flourish. Surrender, at its core, is an act of love, the admission that only I can safely carry the full weight of your heart. I yearn to mold your desires, renew your outlook, and open your eyes to fresh horizons. By releasing what lies beyond your control, you become ready to receive what I wish to pour into you: stillness, completeness, and a more profound connection to my spirit. No longer bound by guilt or haunted by regret, your heart stands as an open vessel, awaiting my presence. Take this leap of trust. Examine yourself with honesty. Lift your eyes in hope, and place your broken pieces, your struggles, your aspirations, and your frailties before me. In return, I promise the soft reassurance of my love, the steady anchor of my peace, and the sweet certainty that I will never leave you. Let this be your defining juncture, a moment of surrender that invites my healing light into every dim corner of your past and present. My dear one, you have traveled with me through reflections of your heart, confessed your troubles, and felt my willingness to bear them. Now come closer to the sacred, hushed realm where I dwell. I welcome you into a deep intimacy far beyond each anxious thought or lingering sorrow. Here, in the stillness, struggles are set aside, walls fall, and my spirit touches the deepest recesses of who you are. When you approach, bring not your plans, but a hunger to know me and be known by me. The world surges around you at a relentless pace, jostling for your attention and dividing your heart into countless fragments. Yet a timeless longing lives within you, one no earthly thing can quench: the desire for true communion with your Maker. When you recognize and honor this yearning, you open the door to experiencing my nearness in ways that calm distractions and offer sweet rest to your unsettled heart. This is not about earning my favor by your performance, but about resting in the enduring favor I already give. Reflect on a small child leaning in trust against a loving parent, assured of safety and belonging in those arms. So I invite you to enter my rest without hesitation. Loosen your grip on what you carry, releasing each anxious thought into my capable hands. There will be nights when concerns weigh upon you, leaving you awake when you long to sleep. Even then, take refuge in the warmth of my presence. Whisper your burdens if you can, sigh them if words fail. You will discover that my nearness extends well beyond set prayers and is present in every breath you take. Here in this sacred closeness, there is no need to pretend. You do not have to hide your scars or the hidden chambers of your soul. I see beneath every defense, down to who you are at your core. This is where I yearn to meet you, in the intersection of your humanity and my divinity, where genuine openness leads to profound healing and transformation. Once you drop your guard before me, you will find my embrace open and without reproach. My love is not conditioned upon your bringing a flawless version of yourself. It remains steadfast, even in the face of your fragility. Reflect on how a loyal friend listens earnestly to every triumph and every heartbreak. I am that friend, and infinitely more. I also possess the power to restore, refresh, and breathe new life into your spirit. In the quiet of true fellowship, you may sense my responses, not always in thunderous revelations, but in gentle nudges of the heart, a peaceful wave of relief, or an encouraging thought that aligns with my word. Pay attention to such hints, for they signal my loving conversation with your soul. Yet your relationship with me will also cycle through seasons, just as the year's weather changes. There will be days when my presence feels tangibly bright, like a summer's day filled with sun. Then there may be periods of still, wintry silence when you wonder where the warmth has gone. Never conclude I have abandoned you in my quietness. Even when I speak softly, I remain close, tending to your faith and training you to stand on what you know of my nature instead of momentary emotions. As seeds lie dormant in the cold earth, so my work often proceeds beyond your sight. Trust that fresh growth is taking shape, even if you cannot perceive it yet. If you long to venture further into my rest, let my word become your sanctuary. Scripture is more than ancient text. It is a living conduit of truth, revealing my heart. Whether you dwell on a single verse or immerse yourself in sweeping passages, my spirit is prepared to bring each word to life. As you read, imagine each promise as a direct declaration of my affection. Let redemptive stories, psalms of weeping and praise, and teachings about hope sink into your spirit. There you will meet me, eager to talk, to show you my heart day by day. Worship, too, forms a doorway into my presence. When you raise your voice, whether with fellow believers or in the solitude of your home, you join heaven's chorus. Worship is more than songs. It is the genuine outpouring of a grateful heart, responding to the boundless love I lavish upon you. In worship, you shift your eyes from life's tribulations to my eternal sovereignty. Even a faint whisper of thanks spoken in your darkest hour becomes a profound act of worship, echoing well beyond that moment. As you build this life of closeness with me, recall that resting in my presence is not laziness, but an affirmation of who you are in me. It grants me space to shape your longings and quell your unease. In that stillness, you will discover strength to confront challenges, girded by peace. When anxiety collides with my love, it recedes. Let this sacred bond become your foundation, the refuge to which you return, regardless of how far you go or how busy you become. Once your soul has savored my nearness, it will yearn to experience it again. Embrace this divine invitation. Seek me daily, in ordinary instants, in spontaneous prayers, in joys, and in heartbreaks, and you will realize my heart is perpetually inclined toward you. The threshold stands open, and the table is prepared. Come, rest in me. I delight in your fellowship more than you could ever grasp. My dear child, open your heart's eyes to the splendor of my divine artistry. The world swells with glimpses of my brilliance, from the slender bloom breaking through pavement to galaxies spinning in flawless harmony. All of creation reflects a portion of my majesty, and so do you. In quiet moments, allow your spirit to be enthralled by sacred visions that go beyond ordinary perception. Picture yourself beside crashing ocean waves, each swell symbolizing a challenge looming beyond your control. Visualize my hand outstretched, parting those turbulent waters so you can step across them. Fixing your focus on me, fear loses its hold, and what once seemed impossible turns into a faith-formed path. Remember, I will never let you slip beneath the waves, for I am the one who bids the wind and sea to hush. Feel the comforting weight of my mantle across your shoulders, not made of earthly cloth, but woven from my everlasting love. It settles around you like a serene shield, gentle yet impermeable to arrows of guilt or doubt. When storms threaten, pull it nearer and recall that you dwell in the shelter of the Almighty. In my care, no tempest nor nightfall can harm your spirit. Gaze toward the horizon and glimpse my glimmering sword of light, a weapon meant not to alarm, but to protect you from hidden battles attacking your heart. When insecurities murmur lies of inadequacy, my sword of truth cleaves them in two. When regrets from your past try to weigh you down, I shatter every shackle. There is no cause to tremble, for I stand ready to fight for you. My triumph is assured, and I ask you to stand with bold confidence in that victory. Imagine majestic mountains trembling at my decree. Obstacles may loom mighty before you, but I, who carved the mountains, can make them bend low. Faith unlocks this power. Trust in my might more than you fear any mountain's height, and you will witness miracles. Giants must topple, deserts must bloom when touched by my hand. Keep my words in your heart. Nothing is impossible with God, for in that knowledge stands your refuge when life's challenges tower. Close your eyes and see the chains at your feet dissolving. Be they unhealthy urges, shame, or grief, these bonds hold no authority over a spirit given over to me. As a locksmith fits the key to every lock, I hold the key to release every chain. Never again need you haul the burden of old mistakes. Walk forth in liberty, for I came to remove every barrier blocking you from the joyful, abundant life I designed. Envision my hands gently wiping away your tears. I do not dismiss your pain. I cherish each tear as proof of your journey's depth. Yet I also promise a comfort beyond what human logic can explain, a tenderness capable of soothing the deepest sorrow. Hand your mourning over to me. Watch me exchange it for rejoicing, your heaviness for dancing. You, my beloved, form part of an immense tapestry, interwoven across time. Every thread of your existence, every happiness, every struggle, braids into my eternal plan. I waste no strand. Where you might see only tangles, I behold a vibrant masterpiece still unfolding. Trust me, the master weaver, to unite every loose thread into radiant art. Your life is more dear to me than you can imagine, and I will never leave it unfinished. Let these vivid pictures rest within your spirit, each illustrating my unimaginable power and unwavering kindness. I do not speak in poetry merely to adorn my words, but to unveil the depth of my devotion to you. I am fierce in your defense and gentle in your comfort. I am the God of impossibilities and yet intimately near. I am the Lord of heavenly armies and the shepherd who knows the count of every hair on your head. When discouragement or doubt creeps in, recall these visions. Remember you stride upon the waves by faith, that you are cloaked in love's mantle, that you brandish my sword of truth, that mountains bow at my command. Bear in mind the chains I have broken and the tears I have caught. Let these depictions act as anchors, grounding you in my steadfast assurances. You never stand isolated in either battle or celebration. I am by your side forever. My child, lift your spirits, for I wish to draw you nearer to the abundance of my promises, treasures flowing from my boundless heart into yours. Through your journey, you have glimpsed my closeness, felt hints of my protection, and touched upon the power of letting go. Now I long to show you the blessings and transformations that blossom when you take my hand and walk with me. I see how deeply you yearn for genuine, lasting change. Perhaps you feel confined by old patterns, tangled in habits you cannot shake, beset by fears, or weighed down by relationships you believe cannot be reconciled. Remember, I am the God who sees potential where you see an impasse, who calls water from the desert, who brings life from barren soil. Just as seeds sleep underground before blossoming into vibrant blooms, so your soul can awaken from dormant seasons into full flourishing. Know that my work often takes place hidden from view, tending and preparing your heart to burst forth renewed. Transformation usually doesn't happen in the blink of an eye. You might doubt if my promises truly apply when progress moves slowly, but each humble step of obedience, every prayer whispered in sincere faith, each tear you shed while surrendering, serves as a sacred investment that will yield harvest at just the right moment. Do not lose heart if answers don't materialize when you expect. My timing surpasses human logic, and I know exactly when to bring each promise to pass. Between the seed's planting and its harvest, there is waiting, watering, nurturing, and patient trust. Cling to my assurance. I am the God who restores. I mend broken hopes, unravel failed relationships, and resurrect callings that have been left by the wayside. If you feel certain roads are closed forever, remember that I can turn any situation into something valuable. Where misunderstandings once crushed connections, I can breathe new life through honesty, forgiveness, and miraculous grace. Where old wounds festered, healing can emerge, and the darkest episodes in your life can glow with redemption, a testimony that nothing is wasted when entrusted to me. Rely on my grace to rewrite yesterday's pages and shape tomorrow's promises. Blessings in my kingdom are not limited to earthly riches, though I do delight in attending to your needs. Often, the greatest blessings emerge as inner peace that triumphs over circumstances, as joy that flourishes in sorrow, as a sense of completeness unattainable through human ambition. When you yield yourself to me, I replace your worry with my calm, your mourning with comfort, and your sense of lack with my endless supply. Sometimes these blessings appear like a quiet dawn, yet they resonate far beyond any fleeting glimpse of happiness. Moreover, my child, recognize that my blessings are meant for a purpose greater than your personal satisfaction. They are designed to flow onward, touching others. When I bless you financially, it is to equip you to show generosity and support those in need. When I grant you peace, it is so you can offer calm to anxious hearts. When I mend your relationships, it is so the world may witness my healing power. You are not just a beneficiary of my favor, you are a channel through which my glory is made visible. Sometimes the growth I have for you will gently but firmly nudge you from your comfort zone. Pruning may be necessary, cutting away toxic thoughts, harmful habits, and detrimental influences. Though pruning can hurt, remember it is born of love, not anger. A skilled gardener prunes to enhance health and fruitfulness, never to destroy. Trust that I do this to help you mature and bear fruit that honors my name. Listen carefully. I have planted dreams and visions in your heart that align with my will, dreams of nurturing your community, following a calling, or creating a family grounded in my ways. Perhaps you buried these aspirations under doubt or cynicism. I invite you to unearth them, placing them again in my hands. Let me invigorate these passions with fresh life, showing you doors long presumed locked and providing resources beyond what you believed possible. Do not be afraid to rekindle these dreams, for I am the one who sows them and brings about their fulfillment. As you continue believing, remember that I hold the map of your life. Each new dawn promises further transformation and unfolding blessings. You may only see the next step, but I see the entirety of the road. Trust me in every unknown. It brings me joy to walk beside you, celebrating your successes and comforting you in your sorrows. Your story is scripted in the ink of my design. Not one page goes amiss or unused. My beloved, anchor these promises in your heart. You are never deserted. Your life is not in vain, and I will always be faithful to complete what I have started in you. Greet every season with the confidence that my grace is enough, my timing is impeccable, and my love stands firm. No matter where you are, on the edge of a breakthrough or wandering through doubts, my blessings and renewing power are not just notions, but lived realities that I yearn to share with you. Unlock your heart to receive. Then watch as I pour out love in ways that surpass anything you could hope for. Pause for a moment and listen closely. Do you hear the questions murmuring in the recesses of your heart? The worries that surface in the quiet, the doubts tiptoeing like shadows at dusk. Let me address these inner dialogues with you. I do not recoil from your uncertainties or take offense at your questions. Rather, I welcome them. For honest conversation is a gateway to trust on a deeper level. Sometimes you may wonder, why did it all unfold like this, Lord? Or, where were you when I was most desperate? Do not stifle these questions through shame or fear. Bring them openly to me, for I notice them even when you try to hide them. In bringing your struggles into my presence, you let my healing light reveal the roots of your pain. Like a wise physician discerning the source of your hurt, I long to disclose truths that mend your battered heart and dispel your fears. Perhaps you wrestle with a fear of failure, anxious that your flaws might overshadow the gifts I have placed within you. Hear me clearly. I chose you with intention, fully aware of your shortcomings yet captivated by the beauty of your soul. Your mistakes do not disqualify you. They form opportunities for my grace to shine even brighter. When you stumble, I do not discard you, but help you rise and guide you to growth. Let this understanding transform your view of yourself. You are far more than the sum of your mistakes. You are a cherished child, molded by my steadfast love. You might also fret about the unknown days ahead. Indeed, the world can be shaky, economies falter, relationships strain, health can wane. Yet amid the chaos, I remain unchanging. Reflect for a moment. Why do I fear the future? Do you doubt my provision or your own ability to endure? Bring these concerns to me. As a caring teacher, I will instruct you in the path of peace, reminding you that tomorrow rests securely in my hands. My past faithfulness testifies, if I was faithful then, will I not be faithful now? Sometimes old hurts resurface, creating a tension between a desire to trust and a dread of further heartbreak. I see each scar. I know precisely when it was formed. My heart groaned alongside yours, grieving the betrayal or injustice you endured, wondering why you had to suffer or how any good could arise from so much pain is understandable. Yet let me show you how I have woven grace into even the darkest threads, fostering resilience in you and a compassion that will encourage others. Your scars need not be symbols of shame, but evidence of survival, shining with my grace. You might question your own worth, wondering if you can ever be enough, or whether my love for you holds strong despite all you've done. Let my words be your anchor. I have loved you from the beginning, before you could merit it or lose it. My affection does not hinge on your performance, but is rooted in my very nature, which is love. Allow this to wash over you. You are wanted, chosen, and adored. Instead of hiding your weaknesses, lay them before me and watch as my power perfects itself in your frailty. This sacred discourse goes both ways. You ask and you listen. Set aside the clamor of daily demands. Power down distractions. Momentarily step away from life's endless rush and sit quietly with me. In that stillness, I often respond as a soft nudge in your heart or through a scripture that resonates. I might speak through a friend's thoughtful words or the hush of nature. Remain open, for my voice might not arrive in roaring thunder, but as a subtle whisper carried on a breeze. If the answers don't appear immediately, don't be discouraged. My timetable is not constrained by your urgency. Often, I am orchestrating events in ways you cannot yet comprehend, preparing you to fully grasp my response when it comes. Trust me during the in-between, certain that I never disregard your pleas. I treasure them all like precious stones. I listen continually, ever eager to reveal myself at the perfect time. Dearest child, know that no inner battle is too convoluted for my compassion. I am the God of nuance, intimately familiar with every layer of your heart. Lay your questions, insecurities, and frustrations openly before me, recognizing that I am great enough to handle them. Relinquish the urge to solve every puzzle alone. Allow me to shoulder your burdens, to speak calm into your storms, and to secure your soul in the reality of my constant, unfailing love. Bring your unspoken concerns to my feet, beloved one. In transparent communion with me, you will find both the bravery to face your fears and the grace that softens your doubts. Stay receptive as we journey onward, for I have yet more wisdom to offer, counsel for life's hurdles, light to guide your steps, and hope that surpasses all conflict within. My beloved, as you proceed on this path of faith, I urge you to maintain alertness. You have tasted my love and discovered safety in my arms. Yet the world is filled with diversions, subtle entanglements, and misleading routes that draw you away from the full life I desire for you. This reminder is not meant to instill dread, but to help you see that vigilance is essential if you wish to grow spiritually. The adversary relishes scattering doubts, stirring discord, and stirring up temptations. By standing alert and grounding yourself in my truth, you protect the gifts I have stored within you. First, guard against the creeping negativity. Hopeless thoughts, cynicism, or constant grumbling can take hold before you realize it. Unchecked, these feelings gnaw at your spirit, overshadowing the joy I intend for you. Acknowledge such thoughts when they appear. Don't chastise yourself for having them, but swiftly bring them into my light. Turn them over to me, letting my word rejuvenate your perspective. A spark of gratitude can extinguish embers of despair, and a brief prayer can completely reorient your outlook. Gossip or casual harm in your speech is another hidden pitfall. Your words are meant to uplift, to reveal truth, and to convey love. If a conversation veers toward malicious or cruel talk, take a breath. Ask whether your words mirror my heart. Often, unkind or careless words stem from personal insecurities or fleeting desires to feel superior. But such speech grieves my spirit. Even remarks that seem innocuous can embed deep wounds if left unchecked. Within your tongue lies both the power to grant life and the power to wound. Choose wisely which power you release. Bitterness is also a peril, usually stemming from unresolved anger or the sting of past hurts. Pain and betrayal are genuine, but bitterness compounds the harm, poisoning your entire perspective. If you sense bitterness is forming, do not permit it to grow. Hand it to me and let me soothe your pain, inviting forgiveness to treat your wounded heart. Forgiveness is not dismissing the hurt nor allowing injustice. It is about trusting me to reconcile what you cannot. When you forgive, you liberate not only the one who hurt you, but also yourself from endless resentment. Guarding your heart from bitterness is a noble act of stewardship that ensures the wellspring of love I've placed within you remains pure. In everyday life, temptation often disguises itself. It entices you with quick satisfaction or momentary relief. Yet those promises are hollow. Whether it's an unhealthy relationship, a harmful obsession, or a willingness to compromise moral principles, temptation seeks to rob you of the higher peace and joy I offer. To resist these snares, immerse yourself in my word. Recall how I countered the tempter with truth. In moments of weakness, call to me. I do not condemn you for struggling. Instead, I show you the exit and supply the strength to take it. Be watchful about the company you keep. This does not demand cutting ties with everyone who does not share your faith, for I have called you to shine as a light in a darkened world. However, if certain people promote toxic habits or lure you into spiritual peril, it may be wise to limit how closely you walk with them. Seek fellowship with those who motivate you to love, service, and deeper devotion. Growing alongside uplifting friends and mentors is like planting your roots in healthy soil, enabling you to thrive and remain firm when hardship arises. Be cautious of spiritual apathy. After experiencing blessings and forward steps, it can be tempting to slide into routine and coast on past triumphs. Yet your spirit flourishes in a living, breathing relationship with me, a daily pursuit. Apathy stifles your passion, leaving you open to the enemy's lies. Continue nurturing your spirit through prayer, worship, and the study of Scripture. Stay open to new encounters with my presence. Don't let yesterday's revelations stagnate. Search for me anew each morning and watch how I steadily unveil more of my character and plans for you. Remain vigilant in guarding your heart. What you watch, listen to, and allow into your mind greatly affects you. Television, social media, conversations, these can leave footprints on your soul. Ask my spirit to guide you, so you recognize when to pull away from influences that contaminate your thoughts or dull your awareness of my voice. A protected heart is not a fearful one, but a heart that opts to remain open, pure, and accessible for my love to flow freely. Above everything, understand that staying watchful is an expression of love. Love for me, love for your own well-being, and love for the people around you. By maintaining vigilance, you honor the sacred gift I have given you, ensuring your life mirrors my grace and reveals my power. Each time you choose light over darkness, you join hands with my spirit to spread hope into a hurting world. My child, do not tire of staying alert. Even amid temptations, negativity, or the pull of complacency, you are never alone. My spirit stands prepared to direct and strengthen you. Lean into my might, root yourself in my truth, and accept the accountability of fellow believers on this spiritual journey. Through attentiveness and reliance on me, you guard the treasure I have placed in your heart, enabling it to flourish in all its intended beauty. My cherished child, pause in the stillness of your heart and let my nearness stir a renewed sense of awe. You have reflected on surrender and vigilance, experienced my comfort, and welcomed my forgiveness. But there remains yet another gift, the wonder that dawns when you behold my nature with the eyes of childlike faith. Childlike awe is not mere innocence. It is the stance of a heart that perceives immeasurable majesty and remains open to be amazed. Imagine the sunrise pushing away the night. That wondrous moment reflects my steady faithfulness, chasing off the shadows. Often, the grandest revelations of my essence lie within simple daily marvels. The gentle shift of dawn, the unspoken bond of friendship, the aroma of new blossoms after a bleak winter. I orchestrate these moments to highlight my creativity and the loving attention I lavish upon every detail of creation. Yet it is easy to become dulled, letting schedules and obligations suppress your capacity for awe. Day after day, you dash from one commitment to another, rarely pausing to notice the strokes of my artwork across your life. Even the marvel of your own existence can be missed if you're not attentive. My child, do not allow life's tempo to steal from you the exquisite gift of wonder. Look upon the world with renewed eyes. Allow gratitude to spark your awareness of my fingerprints in each sunrise, each warm exchange of laughter, each act of compassion. When you stand in awe of my works, your spirit grows attuned to my voice. Listen to the gentle music of a breeze through leaves, or observe the moonlight dancing on still water, and you will find a wordless prayer, a channel to meet me in quiet intimacy. Such wonder anchors you in my presence and kindles thanksgiving and trust. In your amazement, you recall how limitless I am, yet I choose to dwell in your midst, magnificent, yet intimately involved. Let yourself rejoice in this paradox. I am the one who placed stars in the night sky, yet I know your name by heart. I designed galaxies beyond human imagination, yet I care for each detail of your day. This is my nature, to be exalted and yet incredibly close. When you bow your heart in wonder at my feet, pride ebbs away, replaced by a humble awareness of my nearness. So, my beloved child, deliberately set aside moments to be in awe. Let them bubble up like a wellspring, refreshing your devotion, expanding your gratitude, and renewing your faith. Embrace this gift of wonder with the openness of a child who stares in wonder at a sky brimming with stars, breath held, spirit awakened by my grandeur. In that sacred astonishment, you will discover fresh joy and a firm confidence that the God who cradles the universe holds you as well, and does so with delight. My dear one, we have traversed paths of assurance, gentle guidance, and steadfast promises. With each movement, I have pulled you more deeply into my heart, cloaking you in love divine, encouraging you to lay down your burdens, and urging you to trust me in both the smallest and grandest moments. Now, as this letter draws to a close, I long to leave you with one unshakable truth. You are never alone. You are forever cherished, and your future gleams with hope as I watch over you. Look back at our journey, how it commenced when you dared to rest in my embrace, feeling the warmth of being truly known and wholly loved. I showed you that my gaze never leaves you, that my empathy has no end, that my arms are always ready to carry your burdens and lead you into peace. I invited you to look inward and surrender your pain and remorse into my safekeeping. I equipped you with practical steps to live out your faith through conversation with me, through forgiveness, and through small but powerful acts of kindness each day. I stirred your imagination with pictures of my might, a protecting mantle, a gleaming sword, the knowledge that I stand guard against darkness. I painted images of transformation and blessings, some personal, others meant for those around you. I conversed with you honestly, addressing the fears you never voiced and the questions you kept hidden. And in the end, I urged you to remain watchful, preserving the precious seed of truth I sowed in your heart. All these ideas converge into one reality. My love runs through each event in your life, grounding your trust, fortifying you in trials, and proclaiming victory over all things. Even when you trip or question, my love does not shift. It remains a steady song, guiding you back, a light that penetrates any gloom. In both your sufferings and your celebrations, I am the loyal companion at your side, exulting in your successes, comforting you in your grief. Child, let hope emerge like daybreak. Hope does not deny hardship, but rests on the assurance that I am greater than all obstacles. It envisions beyond the moment's difficulties to a horizon filled with my plans. When your heart grows weary, allow my word to remind you, I have already overcome the world. When anxiety clouds your mind, invite my spirit to whisper peace into the chaos. When the path stretches long, recall how many who have gone before have borne witness to my faithfulness during their darkest times, only to rise stronger. Seek my presence with intention each day. Practice the simple art of noticing me in your ordinary routine, in the stillness of dawn, in laughter shared with those who love you, in the soft comfort of solitude. Pause in busy moments to breathe my name, welcoming me into every task and every thought. Keep your heart alert to my gentle nudges, for I often speak in subtle ways. You will find me always near, ever longing to share the tapestry of your life. Bear in mind the importance of joining with others in faith, people who walk alongside you, who bring your needs before me, who offer loving guidance, and who share in your moments of triumph. No one should travel this path alone. My church is intended as a home, a safe place where burdens lighten and faith grows strong. Aim for unity over division, humility over self-importance, and service over self-focus. Within these spiritual friendships, you will find motivation to persevere, inspiring one another toward kindness and more profound faith. Now, step forth from this sacred dialogue, carrying these truths. You are my beloved child, redeemed and treasured. You hold a purpose far beyond your own imagination. I supply wisdom for every question, comfort for every sorrow, and blessings that extend through time and eternity, not just for your benefit, but to serve others through you. Nothing can separate you from my love. Take a moment to close your eyes and imagine my hand gently resting on your head in blessing. Feel the glow of my smile as I proclaim over you, you belong to me, and I will not forsake you. Move forward in my peace, walk in my truth, and shine my light for a world in need of hope. These words mark not a farewell, but a calling. Guided by the insights you have gleaned, by the forgiveness you have embraced, and the hope rekindled, step boldly into each day ahead. Trust that my grace will address every challenge and that my spirit will grant you victory. Let every thankful thought, every caring deed, every prayerful sigh be an offering of devotion that delights my heart. My beloved child, stand firm in who I have created you to be. Though these words conclude, our closeness does not. My voice will echo in your heart, and my spirit will remain your faithful companion. Stay open to my guiding hand, attentive to my gentle corrections, and responsive to my love without end. Above all, remember, I am for you. I take joy in you. I have secured for you a future that stands firm against any shake or quake. Therefore, go now in peace, enveloped by my love, empowered by my authority, and upheld by my eternal care. My blessing lingers upon you, preserving every promise we have shared. Continue onward, dear one, and let the world witness the radiance of a life shaped and sustained by my presence. I am always here. You need never walk alone. My beloved child, as our sacred time together comes to a close, remember this. My love and guidance are everlasting, and every moment here is a stepping stone toward your divine destiny. Do not let your heart rest in silence. Subscribe and return to this channel, for each visit renews your spirit with fresh hope, courage, and the comfort of my presence. Allow these divine words to be the refuge where you lay your burdens and draw strength for each new day. Stay close, for in this holy sanctuary my promises abound, and I am always here to light your way. Amen.